to take a few minutes to talk about the threat of the attack on Syria. There are many reasons why the United States is likely to attack Syria. Pedro has talked about some of them. As US hegemony is being questioned, the only area in which the United States has absolute hegemony today is in its military. So as the US hegemony is challenged, it is more and more likely that the United States government will respond with military actions. We have seen the tremendous increase in the military budget. We have heard from the Snowden accounts the extent to which the United States international surveillance system has access to communications worldwide, even controlling the communications of its closest allies. Now we are facing the threat of a military attack on Syria. Excuses are always available for a military attack from the United States perspective. In the case of Iraq, the weapons of mass destruction, which were obviously never found, legitimized for US public opinion the need to protect the United States and British interest by massive destruction of the country of Iraq. Now we're being told that chemical weapons have been used in Syria. This brings up several issues. First, we still don't know who used these weapons. And that's obviously an important issue. There's no doubt that the use of chemical weapons is a crime against humanity. But the singling out of chemical weapons as the crime against humanity, while nuclear weapons continue to be built up, while the United States uses drones to systematically kill its so-called enemies across the world with total impunity, points to a highly hypocritical system in which the weapons that can be used by the weak are classified as horrible, while the weapons of the powerful are completely tolerated. There's no way in which an attack, military attack in Syria, will in any way be a solution to the Syrian conflict. Among other things, if more than 100,000 people have died, it is because US and Russian weapons continue to flow into the country through very different ways. So it's not just a Syrian conflict, it is now, to some extent, a repeat of a Cold War conflict If Syria is attacked, it will no doubt lead to increased human suffering by the Syrian people. It will no doubt increase instability in the whole region. It is extremely irresponsible in terms of what the consequences might be, because there's no way to predict what the reaction of the Syrian government will be. What if the Syrian government decides that its only option is to attack some US interest or some US ally? If the Syrian government decides to attack Israel, how will the United States and Israel react? We could be on the border, the limit of a nuclear catastrophe. This is an absolute violation of international law. And we will see if BRICS, the G20, are in any way capable of putting some limit on US power. There have been important reactions so far. The British Parliament has voted against UK's participation. The Arab League has made a pronouncement against military intervention, in spite of the fact that the Arab League has been very actively involved in arming the opposition in Syria. UNASUR, the organization of all the South American states, has made a very strong pronouncement, including the right-wing governments, against military intervention. Only France has come out directly in support for the United States. So it's very important, in spite of the fact that we, as people of the world, were defeated before the Iraq War, because the greatest mobilizations, probably in human history, took place against the Iraq War before the war, and it didn't manage to stop the war. But still, we have a responsibility for the Syrian people and for the world to do everything possible to try to stop this criminal attack. Thank you.